So here we go, Madla.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Vantage. I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo. I am a sophomore here at Trinity, and I'm here on behalf of the African Development Coalition, and I'm the chair of the outreach and communication in the African Development Coalition. So I want to start off with what is ADC and who we are. African Development Coalition was founded in the fall of 2008 by two students. At that time they were sophomores. One was Ibrahim from Guinea, and another one was Rosalia. Our mission is pretty simple. It's just raise awareness about issues that are affecting Africa, political, economic, and any issue on the campus. But again, we do develop projects each summer. We select a country and go do develop project in a selected country. So we have been honored. In 2008, we received the Human Rights Young Activist Award, which was a pretty much good accomplishment. And since we have funded, we have raised over $80,000. That have been 3 summers. So, so how do we choose a project and how we select, how do we choose a project that we're going to focus on each summer? First of all, that project has to be in Africa and nowhere else. And then it has to be development related. Development related in terms of how is this project that we have to do going to benefit the community that we are going to do it in a selected country. And also we have to have allies on the ground. Allies include connections that we have and what we know about this project and about this issue that are affecting the community. And also you have to be identifying it. It has to be something that the community needs for the development. And you have to be realistic in terms of us as students at Trinity College. We don't want to go and make, and have a project that we cannot do in our capacity of fundraising and yeah. So, and also after we have all of that, it has to be a decision, a group decision. About all the members of ADC have to decide on what project they choose. I remember last summer when we were choosing this project in Tanzania, students had many proposals to present to the group, and then we chose one that we thought was beneficial to the community and one that we thought that was very realistic in terms of what we can do. So, yeah. Previous project, as I said, ADC was founded in the fall of 2008. So one of the projects that we have done was in Guinea, where we built a school. In 2009, we also built a room for teachers and classroom, and also provided with a water pump for the community there. And this school will serve 100 students, and the water pump will benefit the whole community, which is about 900. And in the summer of 2010, students also traveled to Freetown to build a computer lab over there at the college. So they shipped computers from the United States to Freetown, and this was very beneficial to the community in terms of the whole college and the university. The whole students will add only 60 computers, and the student body is over 4,000 students. So when we worked with them, we provided with 25 computers, and then it will benefit all of the students. And also we collaborate with students there to teach also people, members of the community around the contest. So this summer we went to Tanzania, and Professor, let us talk about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Do you mind if I just put up a map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just give me 2 seconds. How do I get back to the just to give you an idea of where we were working.
All right. So, thank you everybody for coming. I kind of like that this is actually a small gathering, so we can actually have a really good discussion. But I was asked. I'm a professor here in History, International Studies, African History. But I also do work on Tanzania. I wrote my dissertation on Tanzania state formation and its impact on the African American freedom struggle in the 1960s and 1970s. So I've been going to Tanzania since 2003, doing language study as well as research, and also working with young people. And so initially, for the African Development Coalition, they've never had a faculty person come on site and do the project. And this is one of the things that I think is really phenomenal about this student-run organization, is that they pick the issue, they research the issue, and then they go on their own and work with government agencies, NGOs, and deal with some of the challenges of doing that. And so I was approached by the founder, Ibrahim Diallo, last year, and saying that, we're trying to pick a country. Tanzania is in the radar. And so I told him, I said, if you do Tanzania, I have connections there that may help you in kind of dealing with some of the problems that you always kind of confront in the past 2 projects. And then eventually it got to the point right around May where I actually received funding from the history department to actually go on site and serve as really not a chaperone, but more so as a kind of advisor. An advisor in the sense that I did a lot of outreach, as well as linked them up with a NGO that I've been working with called Afro Roots Adventures. And they do stuff around ecotourism, community development, mostly in a urban context, but also in a rural context as well. But to give you an idea, so we went right after graduation. So I got to put that in context in the sense that 4 of the ADC students that came just graduated. And then 6 days later, they found themselves in Tanzania doing a very intensive development project for 6 weeks. And so the goal was to build a maternity ward in a village in Lotima, right outside of Arusha, so right around here. So you can actually see Mount Kilimanjaro. And it's actually it's a city close to Arusha called Moshi, and then connected to that was this larger 3-tier village community. This project was actually picked because of a student that came here last year. She graduated, was a senior, and she did her undergraduate thesis on women with HIV/AIDS in Tanzania and the ways in which they exert agency in trying to fight stigma and finding alternative sources of employment. So in doing that field research, she ended up linking up with an NGO based in Moshi, and that person basically kind of introduced her to this one village that he works in, and basically saying that we need a maternity ward to serve this underserved community. And so she was the one who initially linked up with this NGO. What I did was I brought in an NGO that's based in Dar es Salaam right here, which is the major city. No longer the capital, but nevertheless the major city. So if you look at the distance, it's about an 8-hour bus ride. I wasn't on site for the whole time. I was on site for about 3 weeks out of the 6. So the other 3 weeks I spent in Dar es Salaam outreaching to United Nations, the U.S. Embassy, USAID, as well as Tanzanian-based NGOs, and then I was doing a lot of work around getting press, and then also with some advising. So I was there for the first 2 weeks in the village with the students, meeting with the local community, the village leaders, meeting with the nurses, meeting with the Tanzanian Ministry of Health, and the DMHO who worked there and was our major contact. And so prior to actually arriving in Tanzania, ADC was able to secure a kind of agreement in the sense that build a maternity ward, and while the Tanzanian Ministry of Health would agree after the building of the maternity ward to provide actual government doctors there full time. Because the maternity ward that was there wasn't really a maternity ward, it was really an office. It was open maybe about twice a week, for people to come, with a doctor coming in and out maybe